We're here with Tim Hartman Jr. Tim, your season so far, what grade would you give it?
A grade. Relative to past years, A. But we still got a long way to go. We got some things left to accomplish. I don't know if I'd put a grade on it before the final test, but so far we're doing really well.
Leading the points here at Fonda Speedway, leading the points at Albany-Saratoga, leading the points in the Short Track Super Series for the 602 Northern Region. Pretty good year so far.
Yeah, you know, we've definitely we've had a great year. It wasn't the plan initially to run here. We were only going to be doing Malta on Friday nights, and we started running here, and we started doing good. And same with the Short Track Super Series, and you know, we've been able to be really, really good. We've had some great runs. We've had some not so great runs, but luckily, you know, this year we've had a lot more good than bad, and I'm looking around for a piece of wood to knock on because I don't want that to stop now here late in the year, but probably the best season that I've been able to have so far.
Speaking of the Short Track Super Series, this year we're finding you having a unique opportunity to be behind the wheel of the modified, and maybe tell the fans what that's all about.
Yeah, so I know Jimmy Becker from a long time ago. He and my dad used to race Sportsman together at Malta, and his family's always been really nice to me, and him and my dad have gotten along great over the years. And probably about 7 years ago, I'd say, he asked if he could put his name on our race cars, and you know, we started a partnership with him there. And as the years went on, he was still racing, but he's kind of getting out of it. He's not racing as consistently as he was. And he asked me to drive the car here and there over the years a couple times, and then last winter he approached me about doing the Short Track Super Series and the mods full time, and you know, it's been an experience. You race against a lot of really good race cars, and it's a lot different than doing a sportsman thing, but I think that it's so good for me and the rest of our team to be able to experience something different like that. I think that it makes us better. We see different stuff, we race with different people, and we get to see some new tracks.
Now, you said you weren't scheduled to run Fonda Speedway here full season, but the points kind of dictated something different. How tough is it to race 2 nights a week, every Friday, Saturday, and then whatever Short Track Super Series shows there are?
Yeah, it's certainly not easy. We work really hard. You know, I still have a full-time job during the week that I gotta show up for at some point. Plus, we got a 10-month-old at home and a 5-year-old, and work never stops. But you know, we're having a lot of fun doing it. We're having a great year. As long as we keep being successful, it's easy to have that much work. But if we start faltering, it might get a little bit more difficult.
Now, it's easy to come in the pit area and always see your dad around this car. What does it mean to have your father so closely associated with your racing program?
Well, I mean, obviously he's the one that got me into this, and he's such a wealth of knowledge when it comes to these race cars. He's been doing it a lot longer than me. I'm starting to be able to talk back to him when he tells me that the car needs something. No, but you know, we get along really well, which is great. It's a great experience for him and I to have together. You know, and he's a great setup man, and I wouldn't want anybody else in this pit area to be working on that race car and getting me out for the feature.
Look on the back side of this car, and it says Perillo Services. What has it meant for Mike Perillo to come on board as a sponsor for you?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do this without him, not to this level anyway. He's been he was the savior for my career. You know, we were only doing 1 night a week before he came along, and you know, he's just been an awesome resource for us. He gives us the best that we can get. He's great to us, and you know, we're proud to call him a friend, not only just a car owner at this point, because he's just been great for myself, my team. He you know, allowed me to buy a house because I didn't have to pay for the race car, and you know, things like that. It's just awesome having him behind me, and I can't wait to race for him for years to come.